Hello everybody, I'm King of Death, and today I'm playing the final trial of Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. And today, well, as I just said, I'm doing the final trial, and I'm seeing if I can do the entire final trial. Alright, for the class trial of Mukra.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule.
I guess you took the stand for us, my Kuma. Not many guilty people are willing to do that.
So listen up!
Okay.
If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But if you can't, then I win!
This seems like a win-win scenario here.
And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not! Bears never go back on their word!
Okay.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Hello.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. How Corey never takes stuff seriously.
Is the mastermind only one person? Don't bother. I already know the answer.
Well then, why do you ask this stupid question?
You're all the mastermind, aren't you?
What?
You're all out to get me.
No.
I'm right, aren't I? I knew it.
We didn't even ask the Okay. Make my argument. Group photo, places the check, heads up his handbook.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
Damn it. Damn you. Damn you. Damn you, white
You guys
guys.
have all new... I have evidence.
Hey, you're all out to get me. I have evidence.
What a coincidence. Evidence that proves every... What? This doesn't make any sense.
How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
Swear to God. You have to say swear to God, Makoto. You can't say this English nonsense.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
Yeah.
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. Because in my picture...
You're not in it.
See? I'm the only one not in it.
That's weird. Juka's face is not shown in that one either. Look at this much in which
Hiro,
case...
you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
That's all. I bet it won't be. Okay, Juka's face is not shown. Leon is being Mondo's is being like me all the time. I think like Jeremiah's is showing us in class and Byaku is uncomfortable. This one too. It's just like a plot.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
Wait, but I'm the only one missing in my photo. Does that equal you guys are all working together?
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Huh? I laid a trap?
I'm going to accept this, yeah.
A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
The power of Zodiac Chagayu? That basically solves all my problems. The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the photo. As always, it's the person. The ones who got the photos.
In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it.
Okay, I mean that sound effect happened a little bit late.
So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing.
And Junko's face is still being covered because Ishimaru is being a fucking jackass and covering up Junko's face.
In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing.
I'm surprised Ishimaru isn't running. I feel Togo's stalking Byakuya. I can see that Mondo and Ishimaru were always together. I look like I'm about to die. I feel so... I said Ishimaru being a jackass and covered in Junko's face. Why the only, like, me and Fumi are the only ones that look like we're about to flipping die from exhaustion. Can't help it. I have to, like, I'm taking screenshots of this because it's going to be funny. Ishimaru, if you hadn't done that, we could have done so. We could have at least known what Junko looks like. Like we already know what she looks like, but still, you just have to cover her face. Okay, that's it. Whatever.
And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
I've noticed one thing. Celeste never changes outfit. Unless that last one has the different Celeste outfit, that is why I screenshot. Yeah. Salutes harder.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
Yeah, we never really asked you, Byakuya, but I guess it's because we knew you wouldn't allow it unless you thought of it.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
Am I the only one who's stuck with a flipping one punch of fish out of water?
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Yes, definitely.
Figured it out, huh?
Monokuma, you're one crafty bear. I can see now how you survived in the wilderness for so long.
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
I think our memories might be gone because how the hell would those pictures how the hell would those pictures have taken place unless we took them willingly? So weird, but you know there's might be more to this than Monica was trying to confuse her. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's picture. How the hell does they exist? What is it? What's this sticking at me?
Can I see everyone's group photo one more time?
And I need to screenshot Byakuya.
It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Sure, there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. That fish is bigger than everyone. What? Again! Junko's Celeste never changes outfit. Again, Celeste never changes outfit. Okay, just guess. Just guess what I'm gonna say. Celeste is always in the same outfit and Leon only sometimes changes. It seems like everyone else just stays the same. And my picture, I don't get this is just showing all the pictures. Something strange about all of them. Just I can't quite pin down something. Group photos have been updated. Great.
Can you just forget about the photo already?
Yeah, sure.
Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
If it was so obviously fake, then how did you fall for it, you fucking idiot?
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
We were.
So you think they're fake?
Michael never gives the fake stuff, it's always gotta be real.
No. I assure you, they're quite real.
Nah, that's the last bit of hints that I'm gonna give you this trial, except for the hints to the mastermind, which I'll keep till I feel like it.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Michael always gives us real pictures. It's the ultimate real picture.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that.
Maybe your memory's gone. Maybe you had amnesia. Maybe you were too stupid to remember.
So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
That's the stupidity talking. Take us to a mental hospital. I'll come and punch him in the face.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong. I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
There's still a possibility that they're real.
What do you mean?
There's a possibility they're real. The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. Maybe some other reason. Some terrible reason. An unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. Okay, it's Hangman's Gambit. Best name. Okay. Amnesia. Damn it. I don't know. Is it Steve? Okay, yeah. Okay. I didn't know how to spell amnesia. I'm annoyed with myself.
Now I understand.
Now I understand. After losing maybe 2.5 a heart, I'm not sure what it's
Well, let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
The word's anime, right? Oh no.
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense.
There's multiple photos. There's no way we all would have forgot all those photos unless we were brainwashed by secret alien organizations.
As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
I'm still gonna find you the weirdest character in the game because you suck. Because what's in that? Because the stuff that's in your room is very flippin' occult looking.
Yeah, we all lost our memories. That's just crazy.
Again, I think we were just brainwashed by aliens and then we were probed. Except for me, because my ultimate luck made it so they couldn't find one. It's very natural that they wouldn't believe it. But no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. They can't move forward until they accept it. There's another way to prove it besides those pictures. The diff. Again, I keep on seeing that I can never see Junko's face properly. Okay, interview DVD.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
But that can
I
be
promise
doing.
you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that happened.
So the idea that we all lost our
I
memory...
think that was the one that
It's totally stupid.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And there's one thing. For the most, so far,
You're
there's only
saying
been
we
like
all
1
got...
week
Since
start.
when did this turn into...
I promise you, ever since I got to this, I remember everything that's happened.
Okay, we went over this. You have to say the Japanese version.
Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, you'll probably like it.
No, it's nothing like that.
Anyway, Byaku would tell me off if it was.
It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean...
I mean all of us, including you.
You lied! never did any kind of interview.
Monica, put on the big screen.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember.
It's because we all have spontaneous amnesia from how excited we were to join the ultimate school for ultimate students in the ultimate world, in the ultimate Japan, out of all the ultimates of the ultimate city. And I've had the ultimate stuff here now. Now it just sounds like ultimate is a common word.
You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, here's what, if we can make Corey believe it, we can make you believe it.
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
Staying at this school, the case that you might have to stay at school forever.
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We all said yes.
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
You said yes as well.
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not.
It does.
Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Very easily.
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
Monokuma, thanks for clearing that up. Like, you always tell the truth to us. You'd never lie to us, would you?
What?
Yes, the over-the-top anime, water equals it's true.
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
And that is the hopeful path. Am I right, Makoto? No. You can stick that way if you want. I said, am I right, Makoto? Okay, fine, you're right.
Then, we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all making my head hurt.
What doesn't?
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss.
It's full of amnesia.
You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
Unless someone hit us on the back of the head so hard that we lost memory. That can't happen.
How could someone just steal our memories?
With a memory stealing device sent for made almost the same as Monokuma, but less explosive.
How? Come, that hardly matters right now.
So it does.
If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skull, then mess with your brains?
That's the thing. That second one sounds more realistic.
Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
Monokuma, it's the sad part that I know that you always tell the truth. As if you always tell the flipping truth. Like, look at every single case, you told the truth. But people have decided to ignore you and it ended up being true.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, Those can't be the only memories we lost.
Like him standing on a box.
There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The motive videos? Original motive?
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
And then Psycho broke Makoto's heart.
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else?
Until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain the remaining mystery. So, the one who killed Muko, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose. Okay. As we get, Markham is still standing on a box, so I love it. Control room, headmaster, the handbook, Muko.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Yes.
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Listen, you really have to...
Exactly.
Lazy.
You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here.
They are here, though.
The mastermind is probably 1,000,000 miles away. Those masterminds always lurk off in the background, right?
Markham's control room. Control room.
So who did it?
Whoever did it is that much I believe.
When you... the mastermind...
Of course! They have to be here
What makes you so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. The mastermind is probably 1,000,000 miles away.
So I should go. Okay, well, I keep on telling you, just stay, so I should go.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
Of course I did.
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time.
Yep.
So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
Okay. I always hate it when it always comes down to like, okay, all of us, let's work together. No, I think it's one of you whose fault it is. I've always hated that.
What? Why?
Anything. But because it's Danganronpa and we have to make the trials a bit longer and stuff, it's just like, you don't want the final boss battle to be like easy, right? Right.
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
The 16 students. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
But I'm thinking right now, I can tell you this one thing. That 16th student probably isn't here. Probably.
How'd they manage to survive all of this?
Probably hidden in the Monokuma room.
So we're the only ones here?
I'm thinking that what have they been eating and drinking for this entire time? They just been sneaking out of the kitchen every night, taking a few hundred bagels and then going back up to the mastermind room.
It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
That's what the mastermind would say.
Well, it's not me!
That's also what the mastermind could say.
I blame Makoto!
Why me?
What? Why me?
That's what I'm thinking.
Cuz! It's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed!
That's because Alter Ego hacked the machine.
Oh, I get it! The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Okay, explain this then. How am I controlling Monokuma?
Aw, nuts! You got me!
What?
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Literally, that look of terror, that's real terror.
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic.
Because you're lucky. Oh yeah, no, my ultimate look would have stopped her from thinking I was the mastermind.
The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
Yep.
That's a good point.
I blame Monokuma.
Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
And then we can blame Makoto. Why? Because we want to.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
25 minutes precisely.
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
Oh, it's 26 minutes now because Toko takes up too long.
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
I think it's those injuries on her that are several days old.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
They never said that was the fatal injury.
No, that isn't actually what killed her.
Then he's...
It was something entirely different.
Kiryu tried to reason with them. He's the mastermind because he's lucky. You're just saying this because I called Ishimaru a jackass for covering Junko's face.
Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Well, now I won't agree with you because you called me the mastermind for saying you tried to reason with me. You're evil. Because actual cause of death must have been the other wound.
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Along with all of the... Nah, I'm not gonna make any jokes.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
Yeah, I said they were several days old. Body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. What if Monokuma used a dead body? Used an already dead student? There was only like 9 slots open, 9 blue lights on, equaling that he just reused a fucking dead body.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
But who knows?
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
But she didn't.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know.
Toko, did you look at anything? There's a literal document saying that she came in to host people with no wounds.
You're wrong.
She denied me. Before I could even say anything.
I don't think you get off from being criticized.
Come on. I mean, you think
I really think you're very disgusting.
I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
But we have to deny you because you're wrong. If you're so sure we're going to deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? Okay, non-stop debate it is then. Make it archive. Just call it a non-stop debate. Just call it non-stop debate, it'll be better. Look at both off.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier.
Yep.
She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wins in battle.
So I have to go.
No, that's wrong.
I'm on a fucking good streak at this moment in time until I get one wrong.
No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir,
Okay, Fenrir.
when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
There's no training at all, he just doesn't like it.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
I'm trying to think, anything that comes out of Toko's mouth is just going to be stupid.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibilities. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Yep, we definitely need to prove out that. And like, of course, different extent. Hey, those all look like stab wounds. But they actually do, they all look like stab wounds. Again, I think it might just be someone's body used again. Look, a fair injury has been added to the truth that in my handbook.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
She's probably thinking. Who did we not have a trial for? Who was already dead? No, but they're not Moko.
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her.
It could have been the actual mastermind.
So who was it that attacked you?
The mastermind. I didn't want to attack me. The mastermind.
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me, but I was wrong.
Yeah, the assailant trying to kill me was wearing gloves.
It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
And they were brown gloves, so it couldn't have been Kyuga.
What are you laughing at?
She's laughing at how funny it is.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in.
No, sir, was Sugani in
Let's start off with a nice, easy question.
Why is it? He was already dead. Okay.
Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption.
No, it's already known because you're wearing brown gloves and no one here wears brown gloves.
You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think.
Markima, you should know unless it was you.
Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
Markima, you really are taking charge of this trial, and man, I will never get over that you're standing on a box. Just have to do that. There's one when Mukuro is the one that attacked. There's no way they attacked me. If I didn't see her face, they still didn't attack me. Mukuro has a very obvious burn tattoo. Comparing that to the master tattoo, it should be obvious. Okay, let's go, Markima. A battle of wit. Markima far fine.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba!
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot? Or perhaps the left foot?
Okay, I think it's the hand. That.
Shoot! You never saw their...
I don't know how. Okay. That has to be struck in the head with an object, using with the inspection, in the time, with life, its body. Okay, so it's like nothing to mark of the
So you can't have any idea who was under that man. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left?
I'm checking which part has the attacker on it. Okay, I have this picture around. Okay, no. Triger has confirmed that the glass match these characteristics. I don't know which hand it was. Is it right
hand? Maybe the right foot. Or perhaps the left foot. Or could it be the hips?
I most noticed the attacker that marked her image of concern. That pattern was concerned. He's the spot area her hand.
You never saw their face, so you can't have any idea. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba!
Wrong! I got it correct. Crocodile. Mukuro said, dirty guy, or I killed you.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly.
I completely forgot which hand it was.
A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo.
The wolf of the stretching Loki's son. I think.
But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me.
That's no tattoo.
And there was no such tattoo.
But did I just put down there because it's like no one who's actually that shade of black? Or are they wearing gloves?
So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
I need to know this stuff.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her.
Remember guys, we gotta bring the gloves with
But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, you know, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it couldn't have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you.
And I saw Kyoko clearly.
But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her.
No, I saw her 100% clearly. I saw Kyoko after the last performance.
Uh-oh! No snappy comeback? Did I score a bullseye?
Monica, can you stop covering your crimes?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Wait, you gonna show us your bad as hell hands? For anyone could say something, did you take off the gloves? She took off the gloves. Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
Did you put your hand in acid or something?
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seems to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on. We get a problem look at the
My
birds.
scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
They had no scars at all.
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear.
It was the mastermind.
There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
Besides, Kyoko had to do that. I could just be like, no, I saw Kyoko as well, so it couldn't have been that could.
This is just awful.
No, it's awful, Marikuma. I'm so very sad that your time will be coming to an end.
On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours.
You're going too far, Emma.
Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Kyoko doesn't have feelings, I don't think she does, unless she does, but she's very good at hiding them. Man, she's very good at hiding her feelings. Maybe she likes Makoto, she just won't tell him. Either way, I'm very sure something's going on.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet.
I know, you're in the center.
Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
I'm starting to think of those flipping spikes, but no, those still Junko, so I don't know why it was.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
So she did get the glass of blood. That's just the Cold War. But who knows, that could be the truth.
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about.
See, Markham even concerned, it was said so. Kyoko wanted to see if the fire was real. she stuck her hand in it.
I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Is she the first or second death? Please tell.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
Unless she died and we didn't know it was her.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right?
Thinking now. That's been like 10 days. I only count the days.
Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
Thinking now, how long have we been? Have we been on this place for like 2 weeks or something? And like 6 people have died. It's a lie or genocide rendition. It's a lie or genocide rendition. Man. Can't help it, that fake laugh is just dead.
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Okay, you said something useful for once. You might be getting more useful than genocide. Nah, I just didn't say that sentence. You're never gonna be more useful than genocide.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
The biolab. There's only one place. I can't think of anywhere else. It has to be the kitchen. Hide her in the freezer. Oh, that doesn't make it.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Or in the kitchen freezer. One of those two places.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
Did you miss out the kitchen? I said the kitchen in the freezer as well. There's no freezer in the kitchen. Oh, well shit.
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue.
Yep.
So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Forever and ever and ever and ever.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
Yes, that is why I'm saying by the way, my voice became like this because I got bored.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
What is this proof, Makoto? I got my voices have just come to nothing. The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden. That's something that made it way from the biolab to the garden. At the top.
I got it!
Yeah, I
what
think
makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something.
Is there biolab on it?
I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Yeah.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
I have no idea. I just have tiny little eye. I am apparently a big person eyes now.
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
Yeah.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
Yeah.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
Because it's consistent.
That's just a wild guess.
My could be wait a minute, I'm thinking now. Do your sweat glands put in your head or something? How are you sweating? Why are you only sweating on the right side? I need to know this stuff.
Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
Do you have veins in your forehead? Get mind right now. Ultimate lucky mastermind.
There is no evidence.
Really?
I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous.
Because you know that we found that there's only 9 corpses in there instead of 10.
Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Yeah, thinking of. Like, oh yeah, all we have to do is look for the one body that has the one body in there has exploded stuff. And by the way, I checked Ishimaru's corpses above Mondo's corpse.
You talking about unmasking the mastermind?
Apparently the mastermind's all into that stuff, the genocide, the likes.
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
That there's one less blue light than there should be. An inconsistency in the biolab? Could you be talking about?
I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Please don't make me go into a bullet time battle. Then you prefer a bullet time battle. I always lose at those.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab could you
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
You shut up, Marikuma.
What one thing?
What do you think? I'm talking about your family.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
The mother and father you'll never see ever again. Correct, we shall always be. Always be. They'll always be. I mean, they're on the top of grades, down straight. Don't tell me you forgot about. Oh man, the little sister got fucking spit off that I'm annoyed about. Like I'm just thinking like Makoto knew that another episode would happen. Would he be annoyed about it?
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Probably.
Why are you bringing that up now?
I only just forgot about it like 5 minutes ago.
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family?
Well, apparently, according to the law, my family is probably dead. But my sister gets a... So wait a minute. Wait a minute, am I reading this correctly? Makoto's sister gets a spin-off written by and directed by Monokuma is the best. Monokuma, did you make this? No.
Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
I'm trying to solve this mystery and you keep blurting out random nonsense I don't care about other than at the another episode. Monokuma, when did you make this fan game? In 2 years? What the hell? Because I can. Okay.
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
The ultimate unlucky student. Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. Oh, I plenty to say. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting closer to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be the one area where the numbers just don't match up. Oh, there's a bullet time battle, isn't it? Oh no! No!
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? Bro! Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Bro! Are you sure about this? Bro! Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Bro! Are you sure about this? I'm not listening!
What? Damn it.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? I'm not listening!
This should prove it.
So to go. I didn't notice until that. I didn't notice that it was on the wrong one. But I did skip past the right one.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
There's one less than there should be.
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue.
And 10 people should have died by this point. Where's a 9?
And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there.
Yep.
That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But there's only 9 bodies.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Yes, Markilla, please, school shooting music plays to a rhythm game.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
Well, I'm thinking about like another episode. There's so many scenes with Makoto's sister, and I'm just thinking, how is she flipping alive? Like she flipping survives to the most weirdest. I think she's the true ultimate lucky student, but they didn't find her in time. She was in high school at the right time during the time. She's couldn't be the new ultimate lucky student. 9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights that should be 10.
I got it!
Should be 10 lights.
10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Yeah. Died first. Juko was penetrated second. Then Leon third. The trap fourth. Jake next. Ichimondo and Large Back. Demon Queen. One Punch Girl. Then stabbed in the chest.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious.
And I'm thinking of, why don't we just go to more, check all of them, and then we see like which body isn't actually there. Well, which body.
But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
Thinking that. Why was Junko? Why was Mukuro was secretly Junko? Was dressed up as Junko? Before I could see it, because Junko's the only one who suffered multiple wounds to the torso and arms and stuff.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The masterminds destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
Junko.
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
I think Junko disappeared.
And if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Because one of them was secretly Mukuro.
Including Monokuma's execution, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
Because one of them was murdered without us knowing. The reason they were recognized the murder, the explanation for more murders than victims. Why is that? Why should it tick? Only 9 most natural destroyed bodies. The only person was killed twice.
I got it! What about if the same person was killed twice?
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
So, murdered, and then we had to do the trial later.
Murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. Still, something like that.
Again, we could just check whose bodies all exploded. Like, we know it's Mukuro's, but then we'll check all the other ones to see if any bodies are apparently just not there.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
Junko?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Junko?
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on!
Markham, you seem a bit angry at this moment in time. I'm sorry for the riot.
Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
No, please.
Nothing's gonna become obvious.
Ishimaru, I already told you, Ishimaru, you were buried above Mondo.
Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Yeah. Yes, the ultimate detective is delusional. Yeah, let's just listen to what Markham has to say now. I can tell he's lying now. Markham about 5.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata?
Damn it.
Chihiro Mando.
Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada?
I would have said Ishimaru, but...
Or maybe... No, there's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this someone else? Was it...
Junko Enoshima?
No, I pressed the right button. Don't hold it.
Who is this someone? Was it...
Sayaka Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Toshihiro Fujisaki, Mando Owada, Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestia Lu, or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered.
Dr. Guy.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, yes, it was Taka Junko both.
Junko.
I'm sorry, Taka. You don't get to come out of this one without a serious concussion.
Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
I'm sorry, Ishimori was dead. We checked his pulse. He was dead.
What
He had
do
no
you
pulse.
mean?
And as well, since the ultimate detective said that you were dead, that proves that there was no pulse. Yeah, she was penetrated by a
Well,
spike.
remember what happened to her?
She got stabbed a lot. She got so much spike plays to her. Got spike guns and went into
She
her.
was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
No, she was penetrated by them all through every hole imaginable.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
And the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
Again, we could have just checked the morgue, like, the whole trial could have just checked the morgue and that would have been it. It would have been cool.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears.
Actually, looking at her face, it does look like Miko's face in the pictures. I will check my
Then her
screenshot.
body was kept in the biolab for however long, before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... What does it all mean?
It's not a split personality, to fix
It
that.
means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
Yes, isn't that right, Junko?
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Monokuma was just like, well, guess I should start laughing.
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
Junko and Shima.
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive.
No, it's Junko. I really think it's
She
Junko.
took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died.
It could have been Junko who made Mukuro dress up as her. Could be that. Just saying.
So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
No. Mukuro alive, then there's the one that's still alive in Mukuro. But can we really believe that? There's no way Mukuro Ikusaba is still alive. Mukuro face, can you do Mukuro Ikusaba?
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is
Do we have to make all the
Mukuro.
work? Do we have
What
to
do
make
you
all the
say,
work?
Monokuma? Do you give up?
The body we found, it wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What's a Mukuro? Not Mukuro. I'm going
The
to stay out
body we
this one like
found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still...
That's right. She made it so the mastermind's true identity is
Okay, please tell me, game. Please tell me the truth. Like, you're not making it easy for me.
Found in the garden. It wasn't. Then she still. That's right. So the mastermind's true identity.
What do you say, Monokuma?
I'm gonna copy that one. For that to be true, then that couldn't have been her body we found in the garden. Is that really possible?
The body we found in the garden wasn't Mukuro. Then she's still alive? That's right. She made it look so the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
Shoot. So I'm just failed this anyway, I don't care at this
Found
point.
in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Just fire it. By the way, please, I just want my full hearts back again, I don't care anymore. No, I failed it, I am so very sad at this point. Of course I
refuse to give up yet.
I could give you like a minute to go to the toilet while you decide. Okay, guys, you're killing me here. You're really killing me. Okay, Monica for 5 then. Let's try
the body we found in the garden wasn't Mukuro.
Let's just try them all. Okay, so I'll try them all. I don't care. I will fail this.
It wasn't Mukuro.
I'll try. Oh, good.
No.
That's the guy. I knew it was the first one, but I didn't know which one of them it was.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of.
Right.
The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records.
I forgot about that part.
Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Takamata Ishimaru. Someone's made it look like they're dead, but they're still actually alive. There's only one person it could be. Well, we all know the real identity. Nah. It was the Ishimaru. Ishimaru's the one who's still alive. Isn't that great, Ishimaru? Ishimaru? My king, stop talking to a corpse. Okay, fine.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
Rather than Takamata Ishimaru, but we just ignore that shout, you guys.
But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
I don't Mukuro dressed up as Junko for Junko. They were both
If
ultimate
Junko
spare.
were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it, I really shouldn't have checked every body I saw. Then I placed my hand on Yuko's lifeless body. I set so risk to check for pulse voice. They're doing movies and stuff, but she really is dead. So very dead. Yes, it was me. I was supposed to have some free fun, but you people are wearing stole brat. That would be funny, like that's why you do my that evil. That would be funny. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I did check absolutely, and I can't say for sure.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
What is Mukuro?
The idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Or it could be right.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
And Michael was laughing, I don't withdraw
I
it.
know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud.
No, I gave me the got it sign equally that I got it correct.
Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Thank you, Kirigiri, for helping me.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
I kinda have. Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
There's only 9.
And both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? They can move I guess if she was dead, I'm sure of it. Still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely? Kaede theory. You hurt me, son. It's 8 o'clock, I don't care. Okay, let's carry on! Maybe she used some sort of trick? Hangman's Gambit? Hangman's Gambit. It's your best name, I could everything. Yeah, see There's replica. Replace. Replace is the word. That's replace. Damn it.
Now I understand.
That's replica.
That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Switch places?
You hurt me so, Shuriken.
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but...
Why Mukuro secretly was dressed as Junko from the very beginning?
That had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Which I'm not going to reveal the mastermind, I just think it might be Junko.
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that?
Before the current game began?
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Wait, imagine if it's just like half a second before the spirit is penetrating to her tiny body. Like, they're just like, hey, can I swap over to this? It's my shift now. No, I'm dead. Damn it, I skipped for my own
Good
wife.
point. There's just no way they could have switched like that.
Okay, PlayStation is not going to unplug itself.
Maybe the whole idea is wrong.
Yeah. There has to be some way. I need to figure out how to explain how they have switched. Switched after death, they switched at the moment of death, they switched at the beginning.
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
Listen, whatever my health bar is, it's never gonna work.
From the beginning?
Yeah, from the beginning.
Yes, from the moment we first met.
Or maybe before.
If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
I think very far ahead of these cases. On the very...
Hold on! So, you're saying the Junko we first met...
As Kaede said. Kaede doesn't know this. That's just made up. It's made up. I don't acknowledge that part. Okay, Nikabri acknowledges it and makes the funniest scene in his Let's Play, but I don't.
was actually Mukuro all along?
Then we'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference.
Well, then, like, chest size and the facial appearance, and the fact that her tie looks different to all the photos.
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Look, you throw pictures of Junko on magazines and then yeah.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
Why use metal?
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation...
The thing that Toko really should do.
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro.
Yes. She did. And it almost broke Makoto's expectations. I think Makoto's more happy now.
So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto.
Is that right? I bet Makoto's now just like, wait a minute. Mukuro's secret technical. My fantasies are real.
But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
I'll show us your true identity or I'm gonna have to flipping just shout it to the crowd.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
Yes.
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
Yeah. Like, can we please do
The
the
reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
Monokuma, you shut off again.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
Or are you running down a tunnel that will lead to underneath your podium?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid?
Okay, you're not running through a tunnel. I was really hoping.
Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear knows my secret identity.
Probably.
As if.
Okay, Monokuma, do you want me to shout your secret identity to the crowd because I know it?
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity.
Meanwhile, is running through the tunnel.
When did I do that?
Like, it's just like all like pre-recorded stuff. Because Junko knows how to push everyone's button and they can. Very Friday. Like you just hear her in the pub and she's like we just slam the door open, she's done like it was me. You can try to see if it's all he wants, it doesn't matter. Because I've already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity and not just once but twice. The first time was during our last investigation. Yeah.
I got it!
It's this because
While I was in
cut
the
the
AV
power
room,
off.
watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD played itself has apparently turned up to itself. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? You can say helmet. You do. Oops. Oopsie looks like it's broken. Okay, out of service. Out. Away from the disc. I will burn this for you. Wait, what? What? It just so happened to break just now. Really? Okay then. And when doesn't matter, failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that...
It's because you don't want us to see Junko's face or something.
It's because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
Well, there's just a marker was stuck in that stance while they were non-character.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
No, it wasn't a fluke. The mastermind definitely orchestrated the power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. Last time I tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I gotta reveal that. No, the blood of rains, I do this again. No, not again.
Punishment is waiting for you. I'm not listening. What are you even talking about? Punishment is waiting for you. I'm not listening. What are you even talking about? Punishment is waiting for you. I'm not listening. What are you even talking about? That's impossible!
This should prove it.
That's the guy. Okay. Such a guy. Oh, I punch you.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Uh-oh.
The part where you see Junko run down the flippy corridor.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we got. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
Ishimaru kids are covering up Junko's face. It must be Ishimaru and Junko working together.
What's so unusual about them?
Well, for one, Ishimaru's salute really has to stop. The unusual circumstance can come into all these pictures. Junko's not shown. Junko's face is always covered, or not seen. The unusual circumstance is Junko's face.
I got it! Junko's face.
Yeah!
The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Yes, you didn't want to see you didn't want to use to sing meanwhile it's running down through the tunnel. Great. Again, Sakura's flipping punch to that flipping face that was 2 times taller than her. Out of the water with one fist.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face.
Yep. Man, I might be able to do this entire trial and then still have to try to do a little bit of Danganronpa too.
Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed
Ultimate Bagels will be coming soon.
that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew. Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And controlling Monokuma running down the hallway at this time. I think I hear the huff of the puppet of someone running for their lives.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game.
No Monokuma, who will actually probably execute himself.
She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair. Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
I love Monokuma.
No, wait, hold on!
Monokuma and the Mastermind are my favourite characters. Next to Bagels and Detectives.
Don't bother trying to deny it.
That's the Detectives. Taka is just like... he becomes very skinny with negative emotions and he becomes stronger with someone else's power. That's how he went Super Saiyan White. Damn you. Well, that's the first time I've actually sneezed in a video. That's weird. It's weird. What is that kind of ASMR?
There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run.
Well, I've done that corridor that leads you right underneath your podium.
I'll prove everything. Right now.
Cause an argument? Wait, really? Why have to cause an argument right now? I ignore myself. What's happening? It just appeared and saved my life. The wife of the game appeared to save my life. I was very happy. Right, does it even say which one that is? Also, Junko, you've been a very naughty boy. Really.
The killer is you.
Okay, I'm not sure about the Kyoko ones, I'm not sure if I got them right.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived.
Obviously, Makoto's flagpole was sticking up immediately, but I did have time to stop that. Like the second I saw the things in between her shoulders.
But that wasn't the real Junko.
That was right.
The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place.
I hate that noise like that happened after it did your correct noise. That's the noise they use if you're wrong.
And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusawa.
hope I got them all right. Well, that was just death.
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko and Oshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue.
We could tell that one that I put that was gonna be right, because like they wouldn't have
Until
to
Junko decided to put her body to use.
Yeah.
Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden.
I'm doing all the sound effects.
She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who proved to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
Okay, that was right. Oh good, that was right as well.
So she put on a mask and then attacked me.
I meant, yes, I got it right.
After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room.
Yes, I got it
Then
right.
she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
I love that mask though, I will buy it.
Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence.
Right, I'm thinking, what time is it? It's only 8:30. I could do a flipping Danganronpa 2
She
video
needed to
that
hide
time.
the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning.
Listen, how did Toko survive the explosion? She took it head on.
This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder.
That's it, I need to know, how did Toko... Is Toko just fucking bomb-proof and genocide to stay...
And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma.
It's been a very Life of Brian. You rocked the life of Brian.
The real Junko and Oshima.
It has been a very naughty bite. Yeah.
That's the
Who
whole
is
story
you,
behind
Junko?
this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Okay, this is what Juzo just Junko sprint down the hallway sound effects.
Are you broken again?
Nope, Junko's running down the hallway.
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Junko's running down the hallway.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
That's what they're going to do. They're going to flip a pop up out of nowhere, apparently.
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
I'm done at this point.
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Yep.
Over?
What? Well, is there like a control thing underneath that or something?
Did you really think the story would end once we...
Bullet time battle. Hey, bullet time battles. The latest person has arrived. When knows this happens. The person
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear.
Oh, see, the fellow royalty has arrived finally. I don't feel like the only noble in this place. The character of the internet adores has arrived.
If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world.
Sounds reasonable enough. Okay, I swear my lord.
We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Yeah. But God. You really want to go find that bag?
Did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you.
JoJo reference. I'm not rude. Oh, you're approaching me?
It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
The villain? The person the internet fantasizes about. The best character. And to think, what else could you get that show? This is the mastermind. The person I was hoping I would get. She's the real Junko Nishima. It seems like there was no photo editing done.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free.
Okay, can you get out of this blind personality and go to the more exciting one?
Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day.
Yes.
It was like I was stuck in purgatory, or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Yeah, apparently,
Your face.
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
Okay, I'm not going
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
I remember seeing her because I've seen her see somewhere before the first day in the main hall in the headmaster. Especially before I got to school.
I got it!
Well, I was at school.
That's right. It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover.
Yes, it's Take's face.
And you were on it.
It seems like the eyes have not been modified. Just look at the one at the top middle. But they're just in my face there. I have to look at everyone on the screen to make sure that I get everything. Like that's like 6 pounds. 6 pounds. That's a lot.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
Please change to a different personality. I like the royal one that calls us all peasants.
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began...
What Mukuro told me in the main hall. I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Are you talking about my cover photos and junk and stupid and stuff like whatever? Can't help it, I can do the basic voice so easily. Well, of course there's a total Photoshop. Thanks for ruining my dreams. Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with computers and junk and stuff and whatever. So they aren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
I'm sure someone will agree in future
That
games.
explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista.
But she did. For 10 minutes. Before I got suspicious and then she died.
Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist.
Okay, what are you really talking about anymore? I like the Monokuma hair pins.
Not even if they're twins.
Twins!
Oh, great, they're related.
I know. It's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it.
Can you please change personality? I'm getting fed up of listening to that bland voice.
So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship.
Well, but no siblings are ever friends. It's just common knowledge.
The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima!
Thank you. You have become, this is why you're my favourite character. Okay, it's why, isn't it? It is, please stop.
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
I will never not miss this character.
Whoa! She's a totally different person now!
She gets bored of personalities apparently.
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell! I even get fucking bored with myself!
Oh, great.
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names?
Change?
Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable enough. They can get very annoying.
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if!
Well, I suppose I'd better explain.
They're just front and center now. Eyes on the flipping goal. But they're right. Stop mind. Stop eyes wide. They're just there in the center of the screen. Darn inmate.
For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that.
I figured I didn't want special... Oh my god. She's just like one of those just normal like teachers that's fluffy tie like she's like the normal like, you know, like in TV programs where you get that substitute teacher that everyone likes. That's them. I mean, I have a lot of dead people next to me, and then I also have a dead personality.
But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment.
Thinking I did one voice actor do all of Junko's voices.
So, I decided to play the role of director, and have her join the rest of you in your school life.
So when Jay gets ill... Yes, we can sort that out though. We could just make it so he's ill forever.
I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way.
Yeah, like Jay is useless to everyone.
Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the 3 atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
Those all mean the same thing.
It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society.
And where did you get those binocular glasses from?
Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra, unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away.
Yep.
Which is precisely why I killed her, to meet everyone's expectations.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
She's the ultimate despair I can't. I can never swear. Swearing is just not in my nature. She's a bitch, though.
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I know.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know?
That is the most... Like, eyes away from the weird anime face. He's the ultimate...
If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring.
I cannot hide What? How amazing that sprite is.
So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
That makes sense. The face is so flippin' cute. So hard.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal,
Yep.
just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Can we just get to the execution, please? I know we'd be taunted more by my favorite character. This wasn't supposed to, like me.
So, you figured it out?
And I also need to know, did you have the same voice for every fucking voice?
Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
Not to defy my opinion.
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
If you try to spare, she has no fear or doubt or regret.
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar?
I just had a seed. Sausage fest.
Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary.
That voice.
We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. No, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all.
Look, I think that skirt is very, very short. All you need is like one camera angle to go only like a little bit low and you would see.
When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything.
I feel how I feel about my everyday. Okay, that's depressing, but Junko did something with her every day. She didn't try to die.
We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
Okay, maybe that is your everyday life.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
Isn't that what you're supposed to think?
That's not true at all.
Oh no, it's the depressed one.
We're twins. How could I not be sad? That's why it gets me so excited.
That sounds very sadistic. Like the sad voice sounds more very like the creepy, just like story, like they could really creepy stories like that.
Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it.
Right, new super Danganronpa 2.
It's like super despair. No, more than that. Super despair.
Junko's move might be. But Junko just gets bored of her personality and changes
It
it.
just feels so good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with Junko. She's the best character, and you cannot deny it, Hagakure.
And my sister, too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
Okay, maybe this is easier.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
I'm just checking despair, that's just I'm not gonna check that.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
This guy's like Jill stayed psychotic.
You're saying I don't hopelessly athletic.
Your line is hopelessly. one of them. The internet will tell you which one it is.
I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No, you are the perfect ultimate human.
I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Well, there is something perfect. The internet will just tell you.
Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood. Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow!
I play Sky. Abby's playing Sky, really.
You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer, so how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries.
That's the only thing saying that they're both guys.
And then we'll have our victory.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
All right, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
All of them.
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
There's no exam.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Thinking back to what Mocha told us, the memories that were stolen from us and they must be related to... Mocha came up with.
You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important.
It's just the bland, simple voice that irritates me.
It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners.
Actually, it comes from somewhere.
So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Theft, murder, outside world.
Theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all.
They had also something about material things that you don't use in the outside world.
When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
Videos. The motive that gave us the first moment I can review those DVDs on my footage of my family, on Sayaka's, her and her friends, dreams shared. So for the first murder, the motive was human connection.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question!
You just got to change personality each question, because this is the best one.
So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Does Yuka's voice remind me of me? I think it does a lot. second murder motive there was... Then we got those weird envelopes from Kuma. My method how I used to wet the bed. So the theme this time is a moon.
I got it!
Okay.
It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
And to annoy his bro, because the bromance had to end after one chapter, because we knew they would have come up with ways to become close to bros otherwise.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Then we guess you guys said that the Gami family's dead or something.
Relax. Okay, on to the next question.
There's been like 5 murders, so I can't remember the
So, what was the motive for the third murder?
There's no motive for it. Oh, there's money. Celeste turned the murderers, Catherine with the handsome man.
I got
Greed.
it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Are they deadly sins or something? I'm trying to think.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again!
Okay, this is my second favourite Joker personality. The 10 million...
Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain!
No, Hifumi killed Taka and then Celeste killed Hifumi to get revenge for Taka. But they... What do you mean my 2D? You talk about Hifumi's 2D, or are you talking about... Or are you accusing me of having 2D?
Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction!
It led to 2 deaths.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Because they always do it so much.
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go.
Is that a compliment is that a compliment for my face or my ass? Well, I don't own 2D. I don't even look at 2D. 2D is disgusting.
Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
Friendship. The motive in the case of Sakura's death was that Sakura decided to kill herself. There's some of the film secret. Nope. I know I was gonna get one of them wrong. Blackmail. Okay, it's just betrayal. Apparently it's betrayal.
I got it! In
I
her
think it's
case,
betrayal though.
it was betrayal.
I don't think it was betrayal though. I didn't really care that much that Sakura was like involved in the mastermind.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards.
What I'm thinking of. Junko controlled Sakura. But Junko's 2D. You know what I mean? I mean like the off-brand 2D, I don't like that. I don't like off-brand 2D. Like as the 2D characters in video games, I do have my favourites. But I don't search them on
Anyway,
the
it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
All I have to search up is just like, who's the most popular Danganronpa character? It comes with flipping Junko immediately. It comes with Junko immediately, and then there's loads of fan art that I refuse to look at.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Byaku, you're getting a bit pissy, aren't you?
Relationships, secrets, money, betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world.
I love this voice.
In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth.
Ooh,
They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
If I knew that was gonna be if I remember that Junko's voice was fucking posh as hell, like this, I would have kept my Celeste voice.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
And Danganronpa 2 and Danganronpa 2... Yes, I said the same game twice because that's how different it is to itself.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours?
As long as Ryoku's attention span is...
Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
They're still going about our missing memories.
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories.
Paradise Ultimate 2D, like I said, I don't like the off-brand. I don't like the H word that YouTube will demonetize me for.
What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
But just look at the center of the screen, me. Damn, my eyes literally, my eyes immediately go for the center of the screen because that's where, because the flipping words are underneath the center. Why do you do this to me?
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
Make them forget all the stuff that's outside.
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right?
The hope of escape.
The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
There's no escape.
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
If Junko has like only one voice actress, I will be flipping amazed, and I will applaud them.
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
Then I guess the outside world must be terrible.
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Ah, thanks for the hint.
Huh? Really?
Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing.
Oh, you gotta trust the outside world.
I'd like for you to see the outside world.
That's the only reason why we wouldn't want to leave if we knew. Outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there?
I really do, and literally, they just place you in front of a censor bar, don't they?
I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair.
The world.
Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
Oh, that's it. Can't be that bad. Right, what? Oh, my camera took over everywhere. My camera's punching buildings. My camera's on people's heads. This is great. It's the My Camera fan club. My camera's become Godzilla. I love this. I'm just going to record this a little bit.
dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense!
Monokuma took over the world.
What am I looking at?
The Tagami Corporation is gone.
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
Have you ever seen Monokuma in the movie?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
It's the outside world. We should recognize it. That's what it could recognize. That this whole thing
That
is the
world
same.
is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
I'm thinking there's only like 3 females and there's... it. I'm expecting the world to, but you got me, Monokuma. you were expecting freedom, but you got me, Junko.
Better kick your brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die.
But it's pink.
I don't remember. Ain't a fucking excuse no more. Because now it's time
For the ultimate achievement.
for the final class trial.
Well, we already began. We already done it. Yeah, right. Oh no, I thought we were just going to do questionnaires for like the rest of that. Okay, maybe I'm. Looks like Jack's memories, photos of Joker and Headmaster group photos. Yes, I got.
Come on, bitches. Remember or die.
Jack.
What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember anything.
That's the guy. Mikhail, I thought we had this conversation. You said Sergio and I said Sergio.
Actually, she might remember.
Who might remember?
You know who I'm talking about.
The other Toko. Genocide Jack.
What?
The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her?
Don't be afraid of your other personality. They won't kill any of us. They might kill Byakuya, but they won't kill any of us.
No! Absolutely not! That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity!
Does anyone have any dust to throw at her face?
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Oh great, you can be tough with Spider-Man afterwards.
Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
This is why James like one of my favorites.
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough! Just look at the stupid screen!
Aye, aye, Roger, you got it, Captain.
Black picture.
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but... Of course it does!
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
You went around murdering thousands of little young children, didn't you?
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know? Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
That was great.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
It's so true though. This is the only answer because you was expecting the world to, but you got me, Mike. Of course I did.
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember. With a kiss.
With extra tongue?
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening. But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Oh, can anyone say that fast? It's like the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, like, just happened right once again. What?
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
The world ended that day.
Is now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Destroyed?
Man, that's really got on Kyoko's nerves. Now we can get on Kyoko's nerves.
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
People can get on Byakuya's nerves, but that's just very easy.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it.
Really?
I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as a result, in basically no time flat, the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
Sometimes you can't describe stuff.
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lovers' quarrels. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
I know, the world has ended. You must accept who it is well.
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic.
I know there's no need to panic, we're all inside the safety. No, it's the schools, there is time to panic. Schools just evil.
Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Tagami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
So true.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Tagami family?
The Tagami family fell, the Tagami family fell, or the Tagami family fell. I'm not sure which one it is. Hey, do you have an idea as what trying to compare? I think it might be number 2, but I'm not sure. Could be the Tagami family fell. Could be the Tagami family fell. Oh, it must be the Tagami fell. That is the Tagami family fell.
Correct! Well done, peasant!
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it!
I didn't even been 2 minutes.
Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
I'm pacing back and forth because I can't think without moving.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
Oh, very true.
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
So the stock market's fell, you can't get your billions back.
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop? And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world.
Okay, by the way, throughout that entire thing that Junko just said, I was lip-syncing the entire thing.
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? That don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago.
Unless we lost our memories of a whole year. And how much did I learn that year?
If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Huh? 2 years ago?
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Wait, what? 2 years ago? What is that?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
She's trying to say she's a psycho bitch.
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth.
They were all legal in Japan before that anyway.
And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God.
God doesn't exist.
So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right?
They're in the center of the screen. The assets are in the center of the screen and my eyes are wandering. And this is the willpower of not looking. But I need to look. Baby. 5 minutes later.
What
Okay,
are the
good,
memories
good.
I took from you?
Your entire school life.
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Can we just execute you already? Like, this is starting to drag on a bit. Tagami's flipping dying that it's 9 o'clock. It's been an hour longer than I thought it would be. Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. If what Junko says is true, we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so. Maybe she took from us our life at Hope Peak.
I got it! If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Peasant. I couldn't help it, I said the word peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
Peasants deserve to die.
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
Yes, and the rest of you peasants will all have to die here in this ultimate school for the ultimately dead.
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy.
I can't help it. That's the posh royal voice.
And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life.
I can't help it, I got the timing down.
That's not possible!
But, oh, so it is. I want to think that too, I don't want to believe it. But that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. Please don't. I can make my argument, okay. The music changed, okay, head of Kyoko and headmasters, the handbook, rock and network.
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
Good.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible!
That's impossible.
I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just surreal.
Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
You're 24.
Everyone's so conflicted. 2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
Good headphones.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I've never even gone to a...
This is all just...
Plus, if two... How freaking old am I?
Everyone's so 2 years worth of... I could never lose something like that.
Damn it. Shoot. Damn you.
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
Bit better. I don't know. I'm trying them all because at this point I've already
2 years worth
failed.
of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
Shoot!
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! I mean, Heck, I've never even gone to a single...
This is all just...
surreal.
Plus, if how freaking old...
Everyone's so...
We've been living here for... Hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome... Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
No! Will I be done with this yet? Probably not. They're all actually
Hero,
a year or two
there's
older.
something I'd like you to take a look at.
I can't help it.
This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why is my name written on it?
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Wuzza, is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this... I don't remember ever writing in this thing!
I noticed that some of the words were even translated from Japanese.
No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak, but somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
If it's not V3, there's no lies involved.
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hiro, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here. Shit, man, I've never been to a funeral. Hell yes!
Well, technically you have as Monica, you've been the one conducting the funeral.
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago.
You have like the tiniest little smirk on her fucking portrait.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down.
And society collapsed into the Tagami family was all executed, but executed at the coffin block.
You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game.
Play Junko at my funeral. Okay.
Oh, And there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
Don't, you got bored.
What?
We are bored of this world.
We are not amused.
Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
I know, I'm scared of looking for this shit.
Figure out what?
Yeah, 69 half.
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Well, our memories come apart. This is talking about the moment where we just have lost. At the moment where we must have lost our memories. Can I think of one time, just after I stepped foot in the main hall for the first time, and that was at the entrance ceremony when I got my acceptance when I fainted.
I got it! The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day.
The first time I appeared here, and the killing game began.
When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall. When I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
Man, I'm a happy sleeper.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time.
So it was great. So that was interesting.
Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but...
Okay, I might reconsider today.
But by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school.
Please about.
That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated.
That is actually funny.
What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this.
I love you all so much.
Okay, we forgive you.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly.
About me in particular, like everyone.
It's only natural that I would fall in love.
With the despair that we were suffering.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it.
I take as you love everyone. And Bukato has no chance.
All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
That's just obvious. It's canon. Mondo and me were previously dating. Kira was dating Byakuya to get at Tokyo genocide. No. I think Kurigo just didn't talk to anyone. But that's it. I think Kurigo like agreed to be in class photos and stuff, but she didn't like care that much because he stood in the background of like 90% of them.
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school.
Right.
School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness.
I can see now that why Hifumi's sweating. He has flipping Sakura's hand on his head. He's afraid you'll flipping crush his brain. Yeah.
Oh boy, it was just the worst.
I know, it's so boring. Let's see, the trap, the dead, and the ultra dead. The trap, the dead, and the butter all got along with each other.
Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
It's so weird. I would never have guessed that the bucket of lard and Miss Ludenberg would actually get along with Sayaka was being a troll and laughing in the background.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year.
Of course.
Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity.
I love they put Monica heads on everything. Wait, I'm thinking I would have had to reconstruct the entire Statue of Liberty to make it a Monokuma, or just reconstruct like the hand and the head.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy.
Now I like the full title better.
All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end.
Yeah, it came to a bloody end. So sad.
And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon.
Oh, like random depression that suddenly sinks in to everyone at some point.
Everyone is capable of it.
Yep.
And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
I will never fall into despair. I'll fall into depression, but I won't fall into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
And if the world is your enemy, then... well, how are you still alive?
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Like you aren't related to any matter at hand. Now shoo, peasant.
Okay, so let's get back to the story.
I can't help it, I just can't.
Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors.
I don't think Kyuki would ever want to get Toko though.
The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
I'm thinking now, would Kyuki be the only one who could beat Celeste in gambling? I'm wondering.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter! That's right! It was transformed into a shelter!
And then you turn it into a killing game.
I said it twice!
Gotta keep my eyes focused on the words, not on the assets. But that's so interesting.
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison.
What is this feeling?
Do any of you know who that might have been?
You? The one who turned Hope's Peak into a shelter isolated us here. The headmaster.
I got it! Could only been the headmaster of Hope Peak Academy.
Can we get to the end of this trial and execution, please? I like the ultimate execution so much.
He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside.
I'm thinking now, do we take up fucking arms and start shooting our way here? It'd be fucking cool, like we just run around like McCoy has a fucking machine gun. We also got like 2 fucking pistols. I'm just thinking it would be fucking cool. Like just seems like a scene where they all just like ran to the school with fucking guns shooting and the ultimate despair in their way. It's fucking cool.
That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes.
How is it we haven't changed over those 2 years?
If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
I get one hearing is, when we lost our memories, we did not change a single bit in 2 years. Like this in Danganronpa 2, that kind of makes sense how they changed over the flipping time lost or whatever. But man, really? Like, in every fucking game, there's always going to be flipping memory loss. Like, it's Danganronpa's tradition. Like, the Chapter 3 nonsense has to be tradition as well.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
It's such a way.
And because we had that same hope,
We agreed.
that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake.
He led the ultimate despair in not knowing. You thought Muko was the ultimate despair.
It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea.
That 2 ultimate despair existed, and not only Muko.
He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school.
Like, I'm thinking now, how was it execution actually made though?
So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe
Became a toy box for you.
became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits.
Wait, what? Wait. We blocked the windows? I don't understand if we blocked the doors, but that makes sense. It's like... Wait a minute, so we built that massive mechanical door at the front of the school. And we didn't know how to dismantle it. Now we flipping suck.
Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
Okay, I can understand that we barricaded all the windows with those metal sheets because no one can break from the metal sheets.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
I know, they should really just to flip up.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Oh man, great memories.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's not really that hard to believe.
Why? Why would you do that?
Think with your brain, Makoto. Think with that pink splash in your head.
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match.
I know, it's a despair-inducing death match.
Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
Okay, you guys.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope.
Basically, what I'm trying to say, you're approaching me.
So I thought I should show them. which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
Can you just... Oh man, how long have I been here? Been over 3 hours. What the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world, that was great. I guess Hangman's Gambit. As long as there's no bullet time battle, I don't care. Is it hijack? Oh, it's hijack.
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious?
Oh gosh. Hi, Mark.
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Expelled them?
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Very true.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
Makoto, shit's not a swear word. You gotta say flipping shit.
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless?
Does that make you utterly lost and despair-filled?
You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Am I right? Am I?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what?
Okay, right now, come back now.
Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial.
One last truth that would lead to your despair.
If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless,
Okay, I can't do a combat for all these.
how would you react? What would you do?
Would you run? Would you try and break the doors down? Would you shoot yourself in the face? I've got a gun right here. Take it if you want.
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too. Like right fucking now.
Yeah, you're flipping right. Truth, full of despair.
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
Well, none of us are murdered, so we don't care then.
Think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
That equals Kyogiri could have become friends with someone. Yeah, I think in listener's memories of the good thing that I'm Kyogiri's only friend. Thank you, Junko. High five.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
But you can.
We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us! I'll do anything! Just help me!
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me.
Literally, in 15 minutes I'm going to literally end this video. However close to the end of the trial I am fed up.
All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it.
I'll probably just go, no, I gotta beat this game.
And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it.
Okay.
No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Second boss, maybe I should just carry on playing until I get to the end of this trial since I've gone this far.
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself. So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Luca takes out a shotgun that this is your life.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another.
Yeah.
In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying?
What the hell is that?
If so, what then?
What the hell is Schrodinger's cat?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself?
Yes.
Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure.
Well, let's take these shotguns I have completely wrapped in these goodie bags for you.
Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
I'm just saying stuff that I actually would have fucking made goodie bags full of shotguns.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you.
Put hope powers activate. We're gonna start charging up like Dragon Ball Z character. He's doing one Super Saiyan Makoto 1, Super Saiyan Makoto 2, Super Saiyan Makoto 3, and then he went Super Saiyan God Makoto. So powerful, they fucking punch Beerus in the face.
For the sake of everyone you've killed.
He also said my Kyoko 5 times. After Juko punched, I was Kyoko in the face.
Huh? Everyone I've killed?
I make a references to all the Dragon Ball at this moment in time.
What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That is very true. Every person is a bloodthirsty animal.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
I will never get used to Juko calling me a peasant of all people.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
It is actually very funny.
No! This isn't just some game to us.
I'm sad that I agree with Juko and some stuff.
Murder! Plain and simple.
Later.
You stole our memories. Invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault.
Yeah.
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
So press the big red button and die.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished.
Okay, wait, but that sounds normal.
If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me, and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry, I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this.
It's okay. nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Well, except for one person, but not that does it.
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win, to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
What? That doesn't actually sound that bad.
You mean we'd
have to just live here?
That doesn't sound that bad, though. We only don't like it here because people kept on murdering each other here.
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Guys, remember, dead or alive, cast in box with poison, the state of nothingness. Okay, so that's the...
Enter a world fallen from grace,
the cat
where
thing.
only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec. I just got hit with an inspiration bomb.
I really just got hit with the best personality.
Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all. So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment.
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down.
I can't think of any dirty jokes.
Makoto, you're up.
Me? Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
That hurts my feelings.
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them.
I'm thinking that, how does your hair just suddenly go from like something stuck together to just all waving?
If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
Right, but you wouldn't be able to actually force us out though. We would get to choose when we leave.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me? Well, they already did that last trial, so who knows, they might do it at this trial. But
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished?
please, Kurogiri, say something.
Don't you have faith in your friend?
I have so much faith in Kurogiri.
No, that's not it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Guys, it's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
Wait, but another person's hope could destroy all despair.
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope.
And your stupid life.
The final vote. This is it, the ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone, I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. I have to live with despair. That's not really living at all. Okay. I got like 5 minutes until I get fed up. Okay.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
Hope.
that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Hope.
Don't lose hope now.
That's it, guys.
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. But to live means moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we?
Oh, I'm
I
here
want
with
to
Hope.
keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me.
Hope.
So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
Hope.
If I were to die,
That would be the end.
I decided to have faith in myself.
by the way,
The air outside is
totally the only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Hope.
Don't lose hope now.
That's it, go.
I've been thinking about all this. And I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do?
She would push forward and not fall into despair.
You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm.
Time is it? Man, it's almost 10 o'clock.
That sounds like something she'd say, right?
There's no way I'm going to be able to play Danganronpa 2 today. I'll play it tomorrow.
No. I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why yeah! I've made up my mind!
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
Hope.
If I were to die, that would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the... Say whatever you want.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Okay, that's where your boss is at. Don't lose hope.
Don't lose hope now.
Let's go.
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it. I always hated school.
Better.
Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the... Say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all... I can keep on living! As long...
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Okay.
Don't lose hope now.
Let's go.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
we won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the... Say whatever you want. If I
Die, the purifiers will screech to a halt.
In other words, the communal life you've all... I can keep on living! All of you will have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the message.
So,
What are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Yes, I'm...
Don't lose hope now.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that...
This song is the best I've ever heard.
No, never mind.
Best song ever?
So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck.
It's because you had ultimate luck.
I think you came here for a different reason entirely.
Hope.
You came here to bring down the ultimate despair.
Ultimate hope? Am I the ultimate hope? Why become the ultimate hope?
You came here to confront despair without ever giving up.
Ultimate hope?
And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
Best name I've ever been given.
What the hell are you?
Ultimate hope. The ultimate hope has been added to such a fun time, but that's great.
So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Lame, 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 lame!
You're such a sore loser. I'm not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't apparently developed, but still. But I still have hope. Bright time battle. Okay, so I feel like I could do it.
You suck! So uncool! You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you? Your idiocy ends here. You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
You suck! So uncool!
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
Suffer from despair. No. You suck. So uncool. You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you? Your idiocy ends here. You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
You suck. So uncool.
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke.
Well, damn you, my flipping health bar.
I refuse to give up yet.
I was into the flipping rhythm as well. How dare you? Okay, well, even health bar now.
Suck. So uncool. You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you? Your idiocy ends here. You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
You suck. So uncool.
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
Suffer from despair. No. You suck. So uncool. You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you? Your idiocy ends here. You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
You suck. So uncool.
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
Despair into tomorrow.
Hope keeps on going.
Ultimate hope powers activate. Ultimate hope Super Saiyan. I
refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
We must all do the salute of hope, which is the middle finger to Junko.
What's going on?
Are you doing it?
What's happening?
What do you mean I'm the only one doing it? Damn it. Everyone just stick your middle finger on Junko, it'll be funny. Oh my god, I know. Why would I need bother coins?
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
Well, I actually get to choose a vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Yep.
Good. I'm ready to go.
Yep.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing. With our own hands.
Yep. Ah, my camera's face is covering Junko, that's it, okay.
The hell?
Indeed.
You've lost, Junko.
I lost?
I lost? No way.
Well, that's just...
It can't be. You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem.
What the heck?
But there's no use trying to fight it now.
Well,
Against
that's
flipping murder you. That's just...
totally the best!
It really is. You're getting off in this. That moment, the floor is wet.
So this is despair.
I know, it's great, isn't it? We came to this school 2 years ago, created an incredible detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it.
And now I...
Become this far to fall at the very end.
True despair.
It's the most ultimate despair. What are you talking about?
And now I...
Don't you see, I was so hopelessly desperate. I was born, the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately, this once in a lifetime experience. It is my first and last colossal despair here at the moment of death. To have the chance to taste the highest grace despair, the utter failure of my dreams.
True despair.
I'm so hopelessly happy right now.
Huh?
Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway,
so are you prepared to admit defeat? You think I care whether I won or lost? If way doesn't change things.
Totally the best!
Outside is only despair, inside is only despair, no matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Not possible.
You're wrong. Huh?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair. And the best theme songs kicked in, including the end of the game, is close.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Yeah, Mako is the sort over to his side. That's the best we're getting from JSA Jump. Everyone.
hey,
You said that despair is as contagious as any disease,
however,
but the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is. Okay. The rebellion of Hope Academy had come to an end because we had won against the mastermind and freedom, happiness, oh wait, there's an execution coming up. Let's watch the execution of the ultimate despair.
No.
Stop it, I hate those faces you're making. To see those awful looks cause me nothing but pain.
There's one last thing.
Fine, let me just say one last thing. If you guys like get all hung up on the word hope, that's no skin off my nose. But just be warned, from this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide. Maybe you'll find some hope, but there is a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that you still plan to cling to your hope. The speech boxes over the affects. I've been ignoring them as much as possible. I told you she is the ultimate negative time. Of course, because we... Shut up, that was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right? Do you really intend to go through this with this? It was the agreement, right? Hold on. It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to. You don't have to die. I know you could just. I don't know. This is just my fault. This is just like an example. You could marry Makoto.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Okay, fine. Sure, die. What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want now is the taste that the despair of death that you all get once in life.
Don't get in my way!
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful. Even a tenth of this despair, even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth.
Are you making an appropriate jest? Wait a minute, are your eyes spinning?
Okay,
yes,
let's do this.
Yeah, your eyes are flipping spinning insanity.
I've reserved an extra special punishment for last.
I'm not even going to voice over this punishment time.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Congratulations, Juka has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. This time we won't drag her because she's a nice person. And she's friends with Monokuma. It's time. That sky is so short. Time for the ultimate punishment. The final death. The final... The mastermind will finally die and it will break the internet soul, bringing despair to us all. The ultimate punishment. The 1,000 blows. The cage of death. The burning of the Versailles witch. Excavator destroyer. Blast off. And after school lesson. Oh, only one massive, amazing despair-filled punishment with the Queen of Despair dying at its fingertips. Goodbye. I couldn't help it. I had to save for every moment of the executions because I'm only gonna play these games once. Yeah, but the pinkness just doesn't make it feel as like terrifying. I'm not even kidding. I watched all the death reveals like with red blood instead, and man, it's flipping. It freaks me out more. And that's how everything came to an end. The final class trial. Juka Enoshima, the ultimate despair, life at Host Peak Academy, it was all over. Chapter 6, ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death, end. I just say ultimate so much, it just gets used. I get used to saying it. Monokuma hair time. Present, great. Yes. I want to get that flipping achievement. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building explodes or collapses in on itself. I think that wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, for no exception, the air purifier turned off. Just like Junko said. They shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Goodbye, Despair High School. Epilogue. Okay, let's do the epilogue. Since I'm here. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost and absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But in the end, we had to leave because the air purifier made all the air smell like farts. Man, we didn't know how many times people had farted until that air purifier turned off. All smelled like Fluffy Hifumi's room. Disgusting.
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. Hifumi's farts are getting everywhere. Literally, how much does he fart before that air purifier turned off? At some point we need to leave. Don't be surprised, it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Makoto, would you do the honors? Okay. If awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd collected. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko. And in the end, she dropped it before us.
So,
But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
Well, I was supposed to...
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words...
I will force you out, she said that, just before dropping that. It makes sense that it would be our way out of here.
But
you never know, maybe it's actually a switch that's gonna make the school self-destruct. I mean, Junko never said especially that she'd let us leave here alive.
It's true.
You may be right about that. Maybe?
Yes.
But even so, like, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's nothing to worry about.
My beautiful scissors!
If something ever happens to Master, I'll take my scissors and jam them so far up. Hey, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind? It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What, to leave? We can go outside? Then that means me and Master can get married. And then he'll give me a little jolt of a beat. The flip is on with Dogo.
that's enough.
Please stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far.
Anyway,
don't worry. I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem.
But...
It's what happened after we get out that I'm worried about. But you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks...
serious?
Maybe when we get out of there, we'll see that everything she says about the world was a lie. On the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember. Like peaceful as we remember. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. So where we're meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. And how do I put this? Like this school, the world is really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some despair. No matter what. But there's also has to be a lot of hope, lots of hope, right?
in other words...
That of searching for hope to try and find it, that itself is the true meaning of hope. The meaning of hope. my new book made by Kirigiri. Toko, write it, but I'll take credit for the whole thing. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward no matter what trouble you may fall into. And man, my voice changed for a second there. I think I went a bit psycho.
Am I wrong?
But who cares? Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. The gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. Then the new Tagami Corporation could be much more interesting. To build the world, we must first rebuild the Tagami dynasty. And I'll go too with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want to go.
You got it!
Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there. And what are you gonna do if there are no more donut shops or donuts?
Okay.
I'll just get some flour and make some myself, and if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat, and if there's no wheat, I get it now. If there's no road, you just gotta build one. Creation. Fate is telling me to remake the world.
Could it be?
That's my hope.
How about that?
I reached the next step, the next chapter of Yasuhiro Hagakuri's life. Story is about to begin. Thanks, Hina, you've totally opened my eyes. My Hagakure voice has become a normal voice now. It's terrifying me. Hey, personal space buddy, you're seriously creeping me out.
Makoto.
And the fact that you're like 20 something freaks me out as well. Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone, even if the world is steeped in despair, as long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. If you can get out there and do something, have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small, so what can we do? No, we can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything.
Well, I guess this is goodbye.
I can do anything better than you.
And goodbye to Sakura.
I don't care about her.
But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Okay, let's just say I'm smiling.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You're right 30% of the time.
You know how much I hate being annoyed. But if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing.
The novel of Danganronpa.
I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me. And the others, I guess.
Really?
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
Looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up, I have to push even harder. I'm going to keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show up courage. What time is it? Man, it's like 20 past 10. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. The door began to open. With our hands, hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. that was one high-pitched noise. That really fucking hurt. I don't know Then attacking the get to leave alive. Yep, you're correct, Ishimaru. As the Mondo came with you, yeah, they're secretly all alive. We didn't know this until now. The boys were secretly still alive, so we used them flipping like a ultimate talent or whatever. Yes, Mikkel Like Meisner, Rien to water. Yotake Ishimaru, Yake Tegami, Manda Wada, Fumi Yamata, Yasuhiro Hagakure, Kyoga Kugiri, Ayo Asahina, Shaka Fukara, Sakaruga, Rascal Lugenberg, Juko Enishima, Hiro Fujisaki, Monokuma, Monami, is that wait what? Wait a minute, what? I knew that the character names because I know about the game. Wait, why did it say Monami on there? Wait. Look, it's really your background. The best of the old ever, next to Bruce Payne. This game is just such a central. Such death punishment there with the hope and, well, mostly death. Oh yeah, there's a witch trial. It's like a threat, the witch. If you look at any picture of Dr. Stem, he's always done anything with that. I told you before, I can move standing on a box filled with okay. Right, I'm keeping my noise down because of time. I'm looking so good. But I'm tired of it. I'm wondering, is this on copyright? If it is, I really would prefer not to get copyright on my last video. Okay, I skipped it. It ended, I mean.
Interesting.
What?
Things are getting very interesting indeed.
Why come we still alive?
Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear.
I'm Monokuma.
I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.
So I'm hearing there's sequels. I hear the word sequels. Okay, East Blade present. Copyright strike. Damn it. Oh well, that ends well.
Danganronpa.
The extras. The extras. Main gallery, art gallery, sound gallery. sound gallery.
Danganronpa.
School store. Sound gallery. Oh, yeah. See the sound gallery. I just think it. Look at that one red line, it just goes to the one area you don't want it to point to. I think it's pointing to where Ethan was. I think I will end it here. I'll be playing Danganronpa 2 tomorrow.